I don't think I'm ever going to get tired of that.
No, you can't. I'm going to remix that. By next week, I'm going to try and remix that.
Let the good times roll.
But what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Can We Not podcast, the podcast with me, your host, Evan Combest, New York comedian, here with my good friends, your co-hosts. We got
Akai
and
Kenneth.
And then we're here with our guest once again, friend of the show.
2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Mr. Confuzzle Bear. Stephon
Mr. Panda.
Yes.
The Panda Man.
He just keeps showing up. We got to get him out of the studio.
Exactly.
We got to kick him out.
He was actually
left
here. Yes,
he never left from the last episode.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Listen, security saw me. They're not going to take me out.
But welcome back, Stephon. Welcome back to the Can We Not podcast. As I said, it's me. All of us in this room have been friends for over 10 years. We talk about everyday topics, and we try to do deep dives on how it connects to society and social standards of what's going on today. We talk about it, ask each other deep personal questions because we've been friends for so long, and we're not afraid to give our real opinion on it. So if you like that, make sure everybody who's watching the video on YouTube.
Shout out to y'all.
Shout out to the live stream.
All the time. On
liveme.com.
Yes, please.
I have an applause button.
But it's more genuine when it's from us.
This is a genuine applause.
This is authentic.
Yes, exactly.
But shout out to everybody on the live stream. If you want to come follow us, you can go to SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, the Can We Not podcast. You can search us on there. And we're also on YouTube for everybody watching, youtube.com/Evan Combest. So make sure to follow us on there. And hello, everybody on YouTube, if you're watching us.
Hey, YouTube.
Make sure you comment, subscribe, give us suggestions.
There you go.
Please acknowledge my existence.
Leave a like and share with your friends.
Yes, please acknowledge my existence because there's one follow that seems to just only like Evan and Kenneth. Kenneth is a second.
Don't talk down about JP Raps, bro.
If we're going to bring anybody into this, I feel like
Jake Casey. I'm sorry. Jake Casey. Jake
Shout out
Casey.
to him.
That bro, like, Akai called him this in the comments, the timestamp champ. That boy, he sits through every single second of every episode that we've done as if we've done more than 2. But
we're gonna have to pay him.
Exactly.
We can't pay you yet.
That, like, yo, he better timestamp this. Shout out, bro. Yo, Jack Casey, we looking for you, bro.
You get the timestamp for this.
We can't give him a genuine applause, though?
No. We got a show to run.
Moving forward.
We definitely do have a show to run. Guys, we have a lot of topics to talk about today. I don't even think we're going to be able to get to it, but thank God that's what next week is for.
Exactly.
Yes.
So Evan, start us off, bro. What's going on? How you doing?
Yeah. How am I doing?
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? Because this is the 3rd episode. I always ask y'all how y'all doing. Y'all talk about yourselves. Nobody ever asks me.
We never get to
I
because you're the
literally
host.
just did. Evan,
how are you
doing?
I felt like if nobody pointed it out in the comments, you would have never said nothing. So, if nobody was like, yo, they never asked Evan how he's doing. Just going through the most depression time of my life right now. But it's
That's
cool.
why we're here. Can we not go through depression?
We're not here to talk about me.
Different topic for a different time.
Exactly.
We don't got enough time on the airwaves, bro.
Not for his
Too
depression.
much time.
Exactly. But
he's really depressed.
Yo, Stephon, how you doing?
Likewise.
Oh, jeez.
That's the
You just
depressed
some
side of
too
the table?
depressed. I mean,
Jesus,
That's why we're on this side of the table.
Exactly.
This is mad depression over
That's
here.
the dark. That's the dark corner. You've got the
there was
dark
a cloud
curtains over there.
on that side.
welcome to the dark side.
No, I
I
don't
think
want to
I got these
come
sunglasses on.
Exactly.
But can we get started with the topics?
Can we
Go
not?
ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, this is a story that I wanted to touch on last week, but like I said, we ran out of time, and some stories do come out probably like the morning or the day before we record these podcasts. So sometimes I feel hesitant to want to speak on it because I would like more information to come out to make sure that all the bases are covered. I don't like just having knee-jerk reactions to certain topics, but one topic in particular spoke out to me and I want to speak on it. Michael B. Jordan.
Oh.
Not the athlete.
Michael
Not
B.
the athlete.
Jordan.
Not the athlete.
Isn't
But
Michael Jordan's middle name not B?
No.
B. There's no
Exactly.
B, though. There's no confusion.
It's not Michael Ball and Jordan. No. Stop it.
It should be. It should be now.
That?
He did just now.
What's his middle name?
Michael Ball and Jordan.
Exactly.
But no, Michael B. Jordan, known actor. Is that me?
That's you.
We out of time already?
Oh, man.
Hey,
Oh,
we didn't
man.
even cover Michael B. Jordan, his real name.
Stay tuned next week.
See,
Figured it out. But Michael B. Jordan, known actor, he's in the Marvel movies. He's best known now for Killmonger and his role in the Creed movies where he's playing Apollo Creed's son. He has been seen, and he's also had issues with this in the past, but he was seen recently on vacation from his set. He was filming the movie, he's been on vacation, and he was seen in a club with a woman that was not of African American descent. And then he was also on a boat with a yacht party with a bunch of women. None of them were black. And for some odd reason, people seem to have an issue with this.
I hang around white people all the time. It's called
at
work. It's called work. I can't hang. Can we not hang out with other people of other races?
If you still want to be employed.
What?
But
gotta get the bag.
People have had issues with Michael B. Jordan with this in the past, where he's had other movies and roles like that, where people have always tried to speak out that because he hasn't been seen dating black women, that people have just assumed he doesn't find his own race attractive. He doesn't find people of his own race attractive. And people have been calling him out for that, saying that he hates black women and we've never seen you with one. How come you don't love black women? This and that. And he spoke out against it and tried to say that people should love who they want to love, but people are not buying it. And it's funny because they normally had this hate for him, but then when the movies come out, they love him still.
Yeah.
All the women love him. Guys want to get his hair cut. Everybody wants to be Michael B. Jordan. Shut up.
Let me see your hairline.
You got a very successful video on YouTube with that same haircut.
I know. It was strategic marketing.
The cut buddy is too.
But doesn't matter. A lot of people spoke out about this, and like recently he made an Instagram live video speaking on it again. Like, I don't know why people get so worked up on what you see me around and assuming you know my life and assuming what you know I like and don't like. And he was just trying to say that people have their preferences, and is it okay to have preferences or not?
Can we not have our own preferences?
That's not the can we not topic of the week, but it kind of goes into that.
We should.
Title dropping already?
Yeah, I guess so.
We trash.
Follow the script.
Go ahead though.
That's improvised.
You want me to speak on if we can't have our own preferences?
Yeah, go ahead.
Are we starting with me?
Do you have a preference?
I mean, I feel like everyone on Earth has their own preference. You know, it doesn't need to be a certain. We're not all cookie cutter people. We're not all following the same mold. We all like and love who we like and love. You know, we some people like shorter people, some people like taller people, some people like people of a thinner build, some more muscular, stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with liking something outside of the status quo.
But do you feel like if you have a preference that's kind of outside of your own race, do you think that speaks to you not finding your own race and not finding yourself attractive in a way? Do you think it speaks to like a deeper self-hate?
No, not at all. There's no, like, the way I was raised, like, my parents are in a interracial relationship. I'm of an interracial relationship. Like, my father was Puerto Rican and Portuguese, and my mother is Guyanese, and there's nothing wrong with that. And then
wait, you're not black?
No, we established this. We established this from episode 1. We on episode 3. Get with it or get lost.
Listen, man, the listeners didn't know that. People watching this video, yo, this dude is mad cool right here. This is my nigga.
If y'all been watching from the first episode, y'all know that I'm not black.
Listen,
they didn't know what you was.
Don't be.
But now they know.
He's just misguided.
He used a Lil Wayne line right there too.
Get
with it or get lost. Really?
Said now we know.
Now you know. The more you know.
Exactly.
But like I was saying, like, my parents are from an interracial relationship, and then my older sister, she's in an interracial relationship as herself. Her husband is Puerto Rican and Dominican, and now they have a child. Not now, but they have a child who is, of course, from an interracial relationship. I don't see anything wrong with that. Like, the majority of my relationships have been with someone outside of my background, my culture. I never saw anything wrong with that. My family never said anything like negative against that. So the way I was raised, that was ingrained upon me. It's like, yo, there's nothing wrong with who you love as long as you love them, like, purely.
You thought I was going to give you an applause for that?
I really did. I was dead ass over. I was like, that's why there was like 1 second of dead air. Like, yeah.
I feel good now speaking about myself.
Nothing. It's nothing.
Oh,
no, that was cool, but I feel like I want to make sure I talk to the black person in this room. Stephon.
Wow.
No,
I'm recognized finally.
Boom. Soundboard.
Listen here, Portuguese.
No, okay. Because you, as somebody who is a whole black person, do you feel?
I hope I am.
You did Ancestry.com. You have
24% Ghanaian.
Ghanaian. I don't know how to. I
believe.
Of course you don't. Colonizer.
That's my guy.
So wait. What's the other 76%?
A real nigga. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's the best answer.
That's crazy. All my life I thought you was 100%.
Only slightly.
But how do you feel about that? Do you think that if you date women outside of, your color, do you think that speaks to like a deeper self-hatred within your own skin color?
I honestly feel like it just speaks to you just wanting to get familiar with other people. Like, you shouldn't just limit yourself. I mean, everybody's like, oh, you got to date within the same race, but at the same time, you got to remember there's so many different people out here. New York is a melting pot in itself, Like, I have been in all interracial relationships except for the first one that I had, but it's not like it's just because, oh, this is what I want. I just get in tune with the person and the person's personality. That's really it.
Can I interject? It's not about who they are on the outside. It's more about how you vibe with them.
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
exactly.
That's how I was raised as well. So
you keep trying to get this applause, but I'm not. You're not getting it.
I will say this:
if I don't get applause by the end of this episode, I'm gonna have a fit.
Listen,
tough luck, buddy, because we know you. We're your friends.
Listen,
we're gonna hold you to
You get
this.
no applause.
My
no
brother,
love.
what do you? How you?
To put a button on it, I'll really say this: with Michael B. Jordan and his situation, he's a celebrity. He's a superstar. He should be able to have free reign of whoever he wants to be with in his life. Like, maybe he's just dating right now. It's dating. He's not married to the person, but at the same time, why judge a person, not just a man, but a person, on who their preference is? Anybody can go with anybody. Yeah, lights out. Exactly. That's how mad I am about that. Ding, ding. It was on point. Money. Get the money back.
I have the soundboard. Stop making sound effects.
I have a little soundboard.
But you can't hype yourself up. You look crazy.
No, I don't.
I have the soundboard. Let me hype you
look
up.
crazy talking
Sometimes
about
you
the
got to be
soundboard.
your own hype man.
You got to believe in yourself, but don't be your own hype man. That's lame. Stephon, do you have any opinions on this topic?
Definitely got opinions on it because it goes off of what you guys say in the general aspect of this is a whole big world. Why are you limited to with your ethnicity, your gender, basically your color? That does not define what you should interpret as, your persuasive,
Preference.
attraction to what it is a person is. Because, skin don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
Skin don't mean nothing. White with white, black with black, Indian with Indian. It doesn't matter what the race is because, like I said, if you click, that's what I need. I need that vibe.
Mm.
I need to know, are you down with me? Are you going to be into the same stuff I am? Do we have the same passion that we could build on? Because if I'm going to date, I'm Spanish. And if I'm going for somebody that's just Spanish, of that descent, then that's just me trying to stay within my culture.
Yeah. Look at him trying to stay within the culture. It's
I'm sorry.
You don't get this, man.
Tone, the producer, disagreed with you so much he was taking the mic away from you.
Tones is disagreeing with me because he likes rice and beans. It's it's okay.
Shout out to Tone, the producer, for letting his opinion be known.
It's
Amazing.
okay.
He had to make it.
That was so funny. It was like he froze. He didn't know how to talk anymore. He couldn't move with the mic. He just stood there like an idiot. You simple-minded motherfucker. You could have moved.
I'm just saying. I didn't know if that was my cue to get off air.
All right, you're done speaking, buddy.
Apparently, I can't.
Nah, your point is.
I can't click with this no more. Take my mic.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
Oh my
Let me just close. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter what you. I need that on my soundboard. Post. In post.
In post. Future
Post.
Evans.
In post.
Put it in there.
Stay tuned next week
Please.
for the new sound app.
I don't give a
my
fuck of
goodness.
nothing you was just talking about.
Everything's irrelevant at this point.
God.
Thanks,
yo.
Tom.
Jesus Christ.
Tone, the producer, strikes again.
my goodness.
God damn. I have a Twitter thread on this very topic before I give my own opinion that I want to read.
Go ahead.
Oh man.
I'm not going to get my dramatic music on yet.
Not yet.
Wait,
Yeah.
for
Don't
your
hit him
own
with it
opinion,
yet.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Whatever. But no, because normally I do that for other people's stories. When I
Okay.
do live reads of other people's stories.
Okay.
There's a Twitter thing, so I don't really agree with this, and hopefully I don't read this man's stuff wrong, but this is at username Chris Loves Everybody. With two
Everybody?
Everybody. And this is really ooh. He says men have preferences, women have requirements. I want to explain this further, but every time I say something that makes sense, y'all tell me I'm angry at the world and insecure. Before anyone else gets butthurt and ransacks my timeline without actually thinking about what I'm trying to say, I'll explain it. And if you don't get it by then, I'm just going to say, okay, the fuck out of y'all. We all have preferences and we all have requirements. That's cool. But those two are totally different terms with different meanings. And I feel like a lot of us get the two mixed up. I prefer women who are brown skinned, but I'm not going to turn a woman who's lighter or darker if the chemistry is there. There's a preference. If I'm wrong, please tell me. My homegirl prefers dark skinned men, but she requires them to look like a linebacker. I'm not making this shit up. She said that once. The latter of that is a requirement because not every dark-skinned male will look like a linebacker. Once again, please tell me if I'm wrong. That's all I'm saying. Men have preferences that are a little higher than their requirements. Women have requirements that are a little higher and sometimes more unrealistic than their preferences. Ladies, y'all have more requirements than you do preferences. Realistically, a preference shouldn't stop you from getting to know someone who could end up being your soulmate, which is why I believe some of y'all mistakenly have placed your wants and needs into the same category as having a greater liking of one thing over another. And I'm not saying men are 100% absolved of doing this too. I'm saying that a lot of us have our own definitions mixed up. It's sad that I can look at the responses and tell who actually reads the whole thread. I want a man who makes good money. He doesn't have to be a millionaire just as long as he's financially stable equals preference. Or things like, I want a man who makes 7 figures requirement. See the difference? I know a woman I want a woman who knows how to cook, but if she doesn't know, then I can show her how to cook and we can take cooking classes together. That's a preference. She has to know how to cook. That's a requirement. You see the difference? Even though cooking is a basic survival skill everyone should have, it's not something everybody should have. That's for like differences between preferences and requirements. How do you guys feel about that? Stephon?
You're dead wrong for that.
He's wrong for that?
It's like, I mean, putting the standards out there as far as like trying to, make him sound like he's above a requirement. Because at the end of the day, you're typing, bro. You type in to get like readers and responders to, acknowledge what kind of comments you're making out there. But how I know that you're not the same person you're typing about?
Very true.
Because you're saying one thing that you're focused on right now. You're focused on trying to, tell a story. But you're not telling your own story because at the end of the day, you may have these requirements you don't even recognize.
Yeah.
That, he said, what, I'm into brown-skinned girls, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of brown-skinned girls? Are you telling me, like, tall, big, short?
But he just...
He didn't specify.
No, but I'm saying, he didn't specify.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. He labeled on what his physical requirements were at first. As far as anything else after that, I feel like you're being a hypocrite because we got to talk deeper about that. He has to talk deeper about that. Let it be known what specifics he's really talking about in and out.
Okay.
What about you guys? What do you guys feel?
Honestly, I just feel like people put too much on, like, just emphasis on who it is that they get with. It's like, again, like we said earlier, like, okay, yes, it was a little late, but, it came for the kid, Nah, but, like, we put too much emphasis on who it is that we decide to match up with. Like, when it comes down to it, behind closed doors or who it is that you're with, you're going to vibe with them however it is that you vibe with them. Like, we spoke about it last week, like, how family and friends, like, play a role in your relationships. Now you bring it back to that. I feel like we kind of put too much of a stigma on who it is that we go for. And sometimes that persuades our judgment, like, oh, my mom's might not like this person because she's black or like, this or that, Latino or whatever. But it never comes down to that. Even with how I was raised, it never came down to that. Like, I've made friends with so many different people. It's the same thing with relationships. You have to know other people, So.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like that. My personal opinion on this. Just thank you for asking. I never
How do you feel, Evan?
You always get back to yourself regardless.
Anyway, we're gonna put a button on this.
No, not at all. Man, I have the soundboard. You know what? You know what's crazy about that? I have the soundboard. The people really like my soundboard. I've never seen anybody comment on your soundboard.
Nobody knows I'm on the show.
But also, speaking of soundboards, guys, we play a lot of sound effects on this podcast. A lot of them you guys love. Some of them you don't like. I would like for you to comment some of your favorite soundboard effects, because every week I do
sound off on the soundboard.
Exactly.
Evan ain't shit.
I would like for you guys to comment on some of your favorite sound effects and some of the sound effects that we use that you may not like, because I bring up new ones every week and all of them can't stay. So please vote on them, and we'll let you know if they stay, and if they don't stay, you'll hear it in the next episode. So please feel free to comment on that. Now back to my opinion on this topic to close it out, because we've been on this for too long.
Okay.
I feel like, especially going even tying it to personally, I feel like is who you prefer to date is on you, as long as you're not doing it at the cost of somebody else. Because you can compliment one thing without having to, diss the other thing. Definitely. You can't be like, yo, I love almond milk. Fuck regular milk. Like, you could just say you like almond milk. You don't have to, because you ever know, because that's how it always feels amongst, black men who don't like dating black women. They like to say, I like dating Spanish women or white women because I don't like black girls. They're too ghetto. They're too strong. They're too angry. They always have to, diss the other to compliment another one to make another one seem up higher up on the pedestal. You don't have to do that. You can date who you want to date with, not at the cost of another person's skin color. You don't have to make somebody feel bad for for the skin they're born in.
Exactly.
Just to say you want to date somebody or have sex with somebody who looks a certain way. Like, you could do it one way without the other. So if that's what you're doing, that's cool. People who do that at the cost of somebody else, you're a piece of shit. You shouldn't do that. And that's how I'm
your own button.
Yeah.
Press your own button, man. That was flames, man. It's a little late, but yeah, man.
It's a bit of a delay on it, but it's all good.
They're just trying to get the soundboard.
There you go.
Exactly. Cool. But that's the end of that topic. Guys, let us know what you think about people who have preferences. If you have any preferences or story about people with preferences, please comment them down below. Let us know. And before we move on to the next topic, I want to give a quick shout out to Sky's Crescent Radio. Normally we have the sign up in the studio. We forgot to put it up.
Yeah, it's
okay. I just want to make sure I shout it out. And also shout out City World Radio. We're recording live from Manhattan Studios near the Freedom Tower, because we out here, we the hottest thing since chicken grease out here.
But let's move on to the next topic.
I have two of them. One is about something even.
It's that crazy that
he's allergic to the bullshit.
Damn,
he's allergic to it.
Topics is that real?
Yeah,
is that real?
Because we have because we don't really have all the time in the world about it. But matter of fact, let's just get to the thing that you were talking about last week. What you wanted listeners to comment on?
Oh, yes.
Relationship red flags.
Relationship red flags. Yep.
Where we were talking about whether or not if people have red flags or not in their relationships, and what are some signs of it. Kenneth put up a post about it on his IG and on his Facebook, and some of the listeners have responded back to him and commented what their thoughts on it.
Yes.
So Kenneth,
all right. So I put it up on IG and I didn't get that many, but on Facebook I got plenty. So it's really just coming off of my Facebook. And so a lot of it was a lot of people repeating the same thing. Like the big three that I saw are the three that I'm going to list now. So the first one that a lot of people commented on was jealousy. A big red flag in a relationship is if someone is insanely jealous about even the tiniest thing. Like if you put up a picture on social media and you got a lot of the opposite gender just giving it a lot of likes and a whole lot of attention. That's what social media is for. I don't really see a big issue with that, but that's for them. That's their personal red flag. I'm not gonna discount that. The second one I saw, which I know we can all attest to, is if the person is too toxic for you.
Okay.
Wait. Did they give any examples of what toxic means? Because I feel like toxic is a term that's being very used very loosely these days. Toxic and once niggas found out about toxic and the word energy, they have been running with that word about everything. Man, what? I hate when people give you bad vibes and bad energy because they don't wash the dishes. What?
Actually, can we do that? No. But no, yeah, I see that as a
I agree. Like sometimes at the time when you're in the relationship, you can't view it as toxic because you're looking at everything with rose-colored glasses. You're just like, oh, I'm just so happy to be with this person. The way they act, they're just quirky. They're just different. They're just looking out for me. And then after the relationship ends, you're looking back like, wow, this person really just went out of their way just to make me miserable, and then go do absolutely everything for them and nothing for me. They never there was no reciprocation. You know, like I know I was personally in a relationship like that. I'm pretty sure you guys could have been in relationships like that. We won't get into that now. We don't have all that time, bro. Don't look at me like that. But the one that really stuck out to me was a gentleman put on my Facebook post. His girlfriend, wife, whatever, is not allowed to have male friends. And the reason why that stuck out to me is because a female friend of mine replied to that comment saying, "Ladies, if a man says you cannot have male friends, then that's not the type of guy for you. That's a big red flag."
That was on point.
I'm just here to help you out, bro.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
No applause buttons.
Yeah.
No
I give you
applause.
applause, though.
No applause.
I'll give you the fist bump, but not
Gotta
the
give it.
applause yet.
It's all good. But I agree with that. Like if you're trying to dictate the type of friends that your significant other can have, like if I'm dating a woman and I'm telling her, all right, I don't want you to have any male friends. They got to be gone from your life right now. And tell those niggas that you're officially off the market. You can't even look at them no more. Like that shit, that doesn't fly with me. Like I don't feel comfortable telling people who they can and can't see. Like I've known dudes who've done that, and I've told them straight up, like, yo, you can't dictate who that person can and can't even like talk to, because like more often than not, it's friends that have been there longer than this relationship has been, and then you can't be that controlling of an aspect in their life. Like they're not a chess piece. You can't move them a certain way and then make them do what you want them to do. They're their own person.
Yeah.
You know, like how do you guys feel about that?
It's like, who are you? Where do you feel like you got this right? Like, I've been alive for however many years. I formulated these friendships, these bonds, whatever, man, woman, and you probably just enter my life. We started dating maybe a couple months, and you trying to dictate this? Fuck out of here.
No, exactly.
It's like at the end of the day, this person could be, someone I consider family at this point. You know, this person is someone I've relied on, or whatever the case may be. And you think you're just gonna waltz into my life and just gonna move with the mic? I'm learning. I am learning.
Waltz into my life, take out everything I love. You gonna silence me?
People like Tone just waltz in my life.
Tone producer.
Who are you? But nah, you don't get to dictate what I can and can't do, because you don't have that right. No one has that right. Because at the end of the day, it's just a matter of fact of what I'm going to allow you to have an influence in my life. You don't get to tell me at the end of the day, yo, I need you home by this time. I need you to check in with me at this time. I need you to make sure that at the end of the day, if you have social media, don't let nobody come and comment certain things. If it happens, remove it. Like, bro, don't censor me.
Don't censor me.
Don't censor me.
Don't censor me. What about you, Akai? How do you feel about that?
Me personally, I've come from that side of that air of jealousy, and it is very limiting. I feel like it goes back into the jealousy kind of thing from the first part that you said.
Yeah.
As far as limiting who you can see and who you can't see, like Stephon was saying, you basically have people that were there before that person.
Yeah.
You can't just remove that person from my life and just be like, okay, all right, this is cool. I'm good with this. Nah, it doesn't work,
Yeah, you gotta whoa.
No,
exactly. You got to put the brakes on it. Like, I can't really be about that. Like, there's people that I had to kind of cut ties with because, it seemed like we were too close or too friendly or anything like that. And honestly, that's how I am as a person.
Wait.
Yes.
Now, when you say too friendly, was that from your perspective or the other person's perspective?
That was from the other person's perspective.
See, I can't say that because I've had that happen to me as well. Same situation as you. I've had female friends that I've had to. Yes.
They can't hear me.
But we can tell them.
See you. Are you okay?
We can see you, Don.
Stop
Evan, are you-
fucking snitching. Tell your story.
I'm asking you if you're okay.
He just dying
I'm your
in the
friend,
corner.
Evan.
Remember, this is depression side. He's just dying internally.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Then.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Back to you.
Good looks.
Back to you.
Back to
Please continue.
But and just to put a button on what I was saying,
go ahead.
I'll just say this. It's something that shouldn't happen in relationships, especially newer relationships now when we're in different spaces. We're all living our different lives. It's just like you said, you should be an individual. You should be able to do that. is like a perfect example of Will Smith saying this on his IG. Like he's the new Uncle Phil. Like again, shout out to Will Smith.
First things first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil.
Yes. Will Smith gives out like
real rude, Evan. We were all rest in peace in Uncle Phil.
Why didn't you join us?
He's dying.
Anyway, just to put the button on that.
Commenters in the comment section, boo Evan.
Why are you talking?
You don't get to do that on my show.
He's looking for this timestamp champ.
Jake.
No, that's not
It's
Jake.
Jack.
It's Jack.
Jack.
Jake is somebody else, and shout out to Jake if you're listening.
Shout out to
Jack.
Jake and Jack. Jack and Jake.
I don't know who Jake is.
Jack
I know
and
who
Jill?
Jake is.
I know who Jake is.
Anyway, put a button on what you were saying, then I can put a button on
I was
mine.
gonna say
no,
Will Smith is a great
that's
life
perfect.
coach on Instagram. If you're not following him, you should probably follow him.
please
He gives
do.
great advice. Go
Please
ahead.
do. No, but yeah, just
What was
to
he
end
saying?
it and just to cap it, don't let somebody else dictate, what it is that you do and can't do. I mean, if they said that about your moms, it's like, yo, you're too friendly with your mom. Wait, what? She gave birth to me. Like,
Did you raise me?
exactly. Are you paying my bills? Because she paid my rent.
You know,
For the
my
first
mama
parts of
taught
my
me
life.
all these things why you like me, so you better back up.
Shout out to the moms. Shout out to the
Word.
moms.
Shout out
big
to all
ups,
the moms on the podcast.
Mama.
Word. Mama.
Y'all done?
We done.
I'm not done. I'm not done. Just a quick 1 minute thing. Just to piggyback off of what he said, it's like, yeah, I'm no longer gonna let someone dictate who I can and can't affiliate with inside of a friendship while I'm in a relationship. Like that to me made no sense. Like I was saying, I had all these female friends who actually looked out for me. It wasn't even in a romantic, sexual way. It was just like, yo, they were just genuine friends of mine, and then now I've completely lost contact with them because of that relationship. Like I've tried to mend fences and rebuild those bridges, and now those are just permanently gone, and I have no one else to blame, not even that other person I was with, but myself for allowing that to happen. Oh. I don't get applause, but I get that. You dead ass?
You don't want no sympathy?
Your listeners.
You don't want no
Sympathy.
sympathy?
I'm trying to help you out, bro. So.
Sympathy button.
You kill
Why you gotta
him,
be
you
so
can't get no
hostile?
applause. Ah.
Stephon, that was mad real.
Yeah.
Wasn't paying attention to what you just said, but that was mad real. Just want to make sure. So, can I move on, or you?
Yes,
Sure.
Please do.
So, guys, yes, let us know about how you feel about everything we just talked about, all those red flags. How do you feel about people trying to put limitations on things you shouldn't be doing with the person that you're dating and being limited? You can let us know in the comment section down below, or hit us up on social media about our thoughts and let us know what you think about it or other future topics you want us to speak on. And shout out to everybody who actually does that. I do appreciate you. And I do appreciate all the messages and all the feedback that we have been getting on this podcast.
Good people.
Yes, and also shout out to Inspire Dreams. He's the creator of the hats that you're looking at right now. If you're watching the video,
I want one of those.
There's some hats on the table that are made by a man
Those
named
is fresh,
Aaron, who runs a company called Inspire Lost Dreams. He has an IG page, and he's created merchandise for us before, because now you messed it up, and it was set a certain way for the cameras. Thank you, Akai.
I was looking at
So
it.
you can shout him
That's
out,
how
and
dope it
eventually he
is.
will be on the podcast to talk more about how he did all this and his opinions on the things that we talk about. So shout out to him too on the hats, and if you want to cop some, hit him up on IG at Inspire Lost Dreams.
Definitely good quality, hard work.
Yeah, it's definitely some dope stuff. So now,
Next
all
topic.
of that serious stuff, let's move into some funny stuff.
Okay. All right.
More of the Stephon's mic being taken away from him, because that shit was mad
I
funny.
swear to
That's
God, I'm
mad.
swatting his hand next time, bro.
Yo, let me talk. Tone keeps taking the mic away from Stephon as he's talking to adjust the set for the cameras, and Stephon just doesn't know what to do. It's so funny every
If we
time.
could
Nah,
just
listen,
he looks
encapsulate
so
By
that.
the
lost.
third time, I'm gonna throw an elbow. You better
Just
watch
that-
him.
It was like it happened. He was like a deer in headlights. He just, if you're listening, you just notice Stephon stops talking.
Like Stephon just, oh yeah, well that's what I'm talking about. But wait a minute, no, give me my mic.
Turn to Fred Flintstone. Oh my goodness.
But to move on into some lighthearted stuff, you guys want to talk about power before we go into the next stuff?
Yeah,
Man.
yo.
The Power episode. We just watched it, Stephon. You were supposed to watch it with us. You're not a real friend, so I just have to let you know.
Boo! Get the fuck out of here!
I'm gonna slash your tires.
You can have fun getting home in the
I drive
car.
Uber, bro. I can get around.
You don't have your Uber with you.
I call my friends.
We
We are your
here.
friends.
You don't drive Uber, all right?
You have Uber friends?
Uber drivers don't have souls. I know y'all don't have friends. Y'all got no union.
Y'all don't even
like four tires.
His insurance gonna pay.
Get the fuck out of here.
His insurance gonna pay for all 4 tires.
Don't take his mic.
There you go. Exactly.
Take his mic.
Tone the producer's back.
Take the mic.
Third time's a charm. But the power episode. I enjoyed the episode. It was like me and Evan both agreed it was a 9 out of 10. It was a very good episode.
Thank you for telling my opinion before me.
It's what I do.
He speaks for you now.
Get the fuck out
How
of here.
many times are we getting out of here?
I'm getting him the fuck out of here.
Good.
You good, bro.
Thank you.
He's not coming in my Uber.
I get an applause.
I'm trying to cut his applause short. He's hating on the applause.
Y'all always do.
Go ahead, Akai. What did you think of the episode?
I thought it was masterfully done. I love the way that 50 Cent played off of the special guest. I don't want to reveal it and be too much of a spoiler.
It was already revealed.
It was
it
okay.
was,
Kendrick Lamar was he was.
And what do you
was,
feel about
he was
Kendrick's
good.
performance?
I really loved it. Cause like I don't know if most people watch like the afterthought thing or anything like that with the producer and everything, but she
Courtney
explained it.
Yeah,
she explained it and was basically like, "Hey, we ask everybody to play the opposite of themselves," and he did it perfectly. He was really down with it.
I mean, for somebody like Kendrick Lamar who has so many personalities in his music and so many like vocal inflections, and that's why he has a lot of variety in his music that he can touch on so many different topics and hit a lot of genres of music as an artist. I felt like him playing that role was just him also exercising that talent of his. Yeah. That his many like facets of vocal inflections and speech patterns,
storytelling.
That he got to like really express that in this episode, which was really, really nice to see. And luckily, his character walked off the episode the way that he did.
Yes.
So it would be nice to see him on there again.
Good.
It doesn't have to be
good.
on the next episode. Maybe next
like
season.
3-4 episodes,
he could be a reoccurring
character. Yeah.
Like Bubbles from like The Wire. Well, actually, Bubbles was on there. Like he was. I don't know if you watched The Wire, Evan.
No,
you ain't real. Get off the show.
I was
Press
just
your button.
about to. No, I'm not pressing my button.
Get the fuck out.
Hey,
no.
that's not
But-
fair.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah. Did you?
tried.
You say you liked the episode. What
Yes.
about Tariq's performance?
People can't see me
Kendrick's
giving
performance was amazing. Actually,
Wait.
Can we talk more about Kendrick's performance?
He was
Tariq?
amazing.
Because I can't stand Tariq.
Really, I liked him in this episode.
You are probably the only one.
I mean, no, because
Outside of the actor.
This episode finally gave him a chance to like explain himself. Because a lot of the time he just be doing a whole bunch of fuck shit and never explains it, so people just grow to hate him because we never get to see his perspective on how he views things. So yeah, he can still be wrong, but I'm glad that he finally got the chance to like explain his own point of view and why he acts the way that he acts.
But do
Cool.
we really
Fuck 'em.
care about his perspective?
Exactly.
Because I don't really
They
care about
addressed it.
Tariq's. We
Did
should
they?
really address Tariq.
He sat in the car and said, "Why did you do this?"
I feel like that's a bullshit answer. Yes.
Don't do
Go
it.
ahead. Play it.
Boo, get the fuck
Yes.
out of here.
To
Imagine
Tariq.
your finger hover for a second. As if you.
I'm just
I didn't want to
saying-
do it.
I'm just saying, aside from all the BS that happened throughout the episode, it was just adding to it. And the fact that he just came out like, oh man, I don't care. Like at this point, you had so long to do this. I don't care.
I don't care.
I just don't care. I don't. You killed your sister. He did it. All of that could have
He
been
said
avoided.
that.
I mean, granted, Ghost being the father of the year just did not help. But at the same time, like Ghost said in the episode, like, yo, you had the chance to step up for your sister. Like, you had the time to be able to do something to help. And look at what happened.
And
So
no, what it is like Ghost said it in the episode. I'm trying to build a better life for you than like as a child than what I had in my childhood. And then Tariq is just like he's saying, okay, that's all well and good, still fuck you. Which like I'm
Teenage angst.
I'm hugely against like disrespecting your parents no matter what it is that they've done to wrong you. So like I really like that one scene when Ghost came home and then was about to.
you never had that type of moment with your dad before, like you wanted to fight him.
No, I didn't get the chance.
You made everything sad. I want to move on to somebody who had the chance to fight their father. I just want to speak to
I
him.
did. I'm waiting. I could dap that. It's all sight.
It's just a different thing.
Yeah. Have you ever wanted to fight your dad before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever wanted to fight your dad before, Kai?
Not my biological dad.
That's crazy.
I got another nigga that I gotta fight.
Why you looking at Tone?
Because he could be here. He could be watching.
Oh, you want to? Oh, the guy that you want to fight.
If you watching, what's up? I'm good though.
Just go fight him.
No,
so wait, no.
I have to get
having
plane
that
ticket.
feeling, can you at least relate to that?
I would
type
say
of
I can relate to that.
situation?
And the only reason why I'll say that is because there's just like, that animosity of like not knowing. Like a perfect example in that episode was Tommy. I'm sorry, but the realest nigga in that damn show. And he's not even a nigga. Like I just say this. He spoke to him and he said, "You know what? You don't know nothing." Like he talked to Tariq and he's like, "You don't know nothing."
Which
like
is
you
true.
really
That's
don't.
true.
Like you can't at that age especially, you can't formulate that like, you know what? He is looking out for me. He tried. He didn't know how to go about it. It wasn't the best. He definitely wasn't. My sister's dead because of it. But, he's still like teenage angst. That's all you're really chalking it up to at the end of the day.
But it's normal, so that's why I'm like,
It's normal,
Even
exactly.
though it's not an excusable act for his actions, but it's just like it's understandable
Yeah.
from his point of view. But that's our thoughts on Power.
Yes.
It was a good episode. It was a really good episode.
Definitely watch it. There was
You know,
a lot
they-
more that happened.
There was a lot of bullshit going on too in the show, but this was a really good episode. I'm not even gonna hold you guys. It was a good
Okay.
episode. So moving on to our next topic, the
Yes.
fun topic,
Ooh.
another fun one.
Go ahead.
Make sure my mic is still here.
It's basically I'm gonna do my dramatic read on some. I found something interesting on the Shade Room.
Ooh.
So,
Oh, here we go.
ladies and gentlemen, we got some breaking news from the Shade Room with your reporter Evan Combest. Drama for your mama. Coming live with our reporter Evan Combest on the scene. Thanks, Jenny. So,
Jenny got a deep one.
so the post on the Shade Room that I wanted to talk about, you guys, is it's a post that says, "Men, give your fellow males some relationship advice."
Oh, geez.
And I just wanted to go through some of these comments to get your thoughts on some of this shit that I read. First, I'm gonna start off with a good one that like.
Wait, before you go, did any of your friends like put any shit on there?
No, my friends ain't suckers like that.
Good
If I would have saw y'all in the comment section in the Shade Room, I'm flaming y'all. If y'all ever catch me,
Screenshots and all.
yeah, if y'all ever catch me on there, please.
Sometimes I think I'm quite hilarious, so I'll put like a little caption.
You got a different account, don't you?
No.
He got a burner
No,
account.
I don't.
He got a ghost account.
video.
Hey, listen.
Kinda Godzilla. Nobody will know.
Flip it on him.
Nobody will know.
You ain't low.
But one of the better, well received comments on there was from DJ Damage. He said on there, "What?
That sounds perfect. DJ Damage giving out relationship advice.
Won't hurt your relationship at all.
Won't. Not at all.
Yo,
Your
Ed,
mother
you good,
won't.
bro? You been late with those today.
I know. But he says, DJ Real Damage says, get a calendar. On that calendar, mark 3 random days each month. On those days, you will do something special for your lady. Could be something big or small. The key is never forget to be, never be predictable, but always be thoughtful in your relationship." Is that good advice or bad advice? What do we feel?
Bad advice. Only because is he really gonna look at the calendar?
I mean, you can set it in your phone.
You can set it as a-
bro.
I'm telling you from a
damn.
busy person's perspective, I could have a calendar. That shit will never exist on a
But
daily basis.
if you put it in your phone as a reminder to do something, then
he probably gonna just swipe the notification.
Calendars
and ignore
don't
it.
that's what you would do?
Oh,
I
no.
accidentally do it all the time.
Really?
Bad boyfriend ass nigga. Get out of here.
There you go.
I have a terrible memory. My bad.
Like I like that idea. Like trying to surprise your significant other with like something 3 random times a month. I'm cool with that. But it's like he's making it sound like it has to be the same 3 random days a month, like 3rd, the 17th, and the 25th, like that. Like of every month, and she gonna be looking for that every single day, every single month. Just like it's June 3rd. Ain't shit happening yet.
What are flowers?
What if word? Where's my edible arrangements at, nigga? Like, what's going on? But if it's just
So you just trying to get.
Told you to have my edible arrangements ready by the
Why
time
you
I
make
get
it
home
sound
from
like
work.
you have the most hostile girlfriend ever?
She's ready to fight.
You be dating chicks from the Bronx, don't you?
Yo.
You be dating chicks from the Bronx who be ready
Shout
to
out to
square
the
up.
Bronx. The
They
real
be in the
square up.
barbershop with
Yo,
you, right?
please downplay that because we might know people in the Bronx.
Yeah, I'm just
We know
speaking from
people.
experience. What do you
We
think
don't
about
wanna
that?
get shot.
What do you think about that?
He's
Me?
scared.
Yeah,
Because we don't have that
exactly.
much time left.
I don't want to
Okay.
get clapped. But no. What I honestly think about it is just You just
But that advice, that piece of advice. I want to read more comments.
you shouldn't have to like put that on a calendar because you should just want to do that already as a boyfriend.
But what if you're really busy?
But if you're really busy, then maybe you're not really thinking about that person.
So you shouldn't even be in a relationship?
You might need a reminder. I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, it should just be instinctual that you should want to do that. But that's just me.
All right.
But if you have to remind yourself on a calendar, like as I would feel, most guys might need to put it down. It sounds at least nice.
No,
you're being thoughtful.
I'm not trying to disagree with nothing you're saying. I just want to get to other comments.
Go ahead. Yes, please. Yes, go.
Somebody else said, silence is a woman's loudest cry. Do not frustrate her into silence. Happy wife, happy life.
What if she just don't talk that much?
That's a fact.
She just doesn't like talking.
But they're saying that
okay.
Don't frustrate your woman into silence. Honestly, what do y'all feel? Because I got some real angry opinions on that one.
I do that shit.
No, I want to hear. I want to.
I'll purposely
Take his mic.
I
Take
purposely make you mad though,
Just so she won't talk?
Sometimes.
That's evil.
No. But yeah, but no, I do it sometimes. It makes it better because like, oh, you mad? I'm gonna make up for it later on though.
Boo, get the fuck out of here.
I know you mad. I know you mad, but throw some flowers in your face.
But don't.
That's
no,
mad.
that's like a setup. Don't do that. Just buy the flowers. You didn't have to do the first part.
Yes.
It's just fun.
You're an evil person.
He's wearing the shades for a reason, ladies.
I'm not talking to you no more, bro. So I got some other stuff to talk about on this podcast. I feel like, you shouldn't make your woman mad to the point where they get silent. But women, if you do feel mad at your man, please speak up. Don't be silent, because sometimes men don't notice that. They don't pick up on those social cues. They don't pick up on that body language to understand that something might be wrong. That's why you're silent. And when you say that you're fine, not everybody knows that doesn't mean you're fine.
Yeah.
Some people are stupid, like me. I might think you're actually fine. I might just think you're actually fine. I like this one. It says, be the type of man that doesn't need to look at Instagram comments for advice. You made us feel dumb.
But he's in the comments. But he's in the comments giving advice.
Somebody else said, even if she's wrong, even if she's wrong, if you see that it's really bothering her, apologize. Sacrifice your soul. Fuck that.
Whoa, no.
No.
If you wrong and you mad, stay mad.
I didn't even finish.
You don't gotta finish. Hold on.
Moving on.
Hold on. No. I need to speak on that. If you're wrong, you need to step up, adult up, not man up. Adult up. And admit that you're wrong, because there's nothing more childish than being wrong and not admitting that you're wrong. Like that shit is super immature. If you know that you're wrong, just step up and be like, you know what, I fucked up, I'm wrong, you right, let's move on. Go ahead.
I feel like people have like the hardest time looking stupid. Like that's all I can say. Like at the end of the day, okay, if you're wrong about something, I understand. Yeah, own up to it. But people just have like they don't want to look stupid. Like they
like getting a mic taken away.
Exactly. It doesn't come down to a man or woman thing. It's a human thing. Nobody wants to look stupid.
Keep looking at me.
Keep looking at me.
I have no problem looking stupid.
Google. That's all I got to say to you.
Well,
Google.
You being on this podcast is proving you have no problem looking stupid, Stephon.
Hey.
Just want you to know that.
Where's the air horn when you need it?
I got you. Hold on. I'm gonna change it in post. It's coming. I put the wrong one on. But I also wanted to go. There's another post on the Shade Room about women giving other women advice for their relationships. And let's go through some of this.
He's coughing again.
Just to make sure that we go through. We're even.
Cover all spectrum.
Exactly. First piece of advice. He lying. That's it. Period. That was it.
Most times that's true. No, most times that could be true. We lie about the most mundane shit.
So next time I'll give you a compliment.
Sometimes we be lying. A woman's intuition is a superpower. Trust it. Believe it. Well, yeah.
Fuck that. Because they always think you cheating.
That's it.
Who is she? I'm going to find out. Why you
Wait, there's some good advice here. There's things like one person said, No man is perfect. Accept him for who he is. Give him credit for trying and doing his best. Everyone has flaws. Stop nagging and complaining. Girl, let your man cheat on you and go. I don't understand. Why don't you say that? This sounds like somebody who's been cheated on.
Wow.
He's like, don't worry about it.
Whenever you started off with no man is perfect, you shouldn't. You shouldn't have to say that.
You shouldn't. You definitely shouldn't. But it's trial and error, unfortunately.
You can
It's
say
dating.
accept your
She got
man's
a lot
flaws.
of trial and error then.
Yeah, that would be better.
Oh wait, here's a long one.
Uh-oh. We have time for it?
Yeah, we're gonna do this, then we're gonna close out the podcast. So this will be the last one. It says, "Don't lose yourself trying to love someone, and don't stick around because of the time you spent with the person. If someone wants to be with you, they will show you through their actions and do everything to be with you. If you do not have to try and prove your worth to anyone, you'll never be enough for the wrong man, but you will be everything and more for the right man. Also, sometimes it takes losing the person you thought to be the love of your life to really realize your worth and what you deserve. Main point is to love yourself enough to walk away from toxic people and relationships, even if you're still in love with that person. It may be hard, but God makes no mistakes, and trust that the person was meant to be taken out of your life so that you can receive better love."
Sunday
Give
service.
that a round of applause.
That was good advice.
That's fast.
Sunday service.
That's fast.
That's for women and men. That's good. That's
That
good.
is the one. That was good.
How y'all feel about that?
I completely agree.
Walking away even when it's hard?
Yes.
Yeah, you have to. Even if you do love that person, maybe sometimes the thing that seems more difficult for you is best for them. And sometimes that's what it has to be.
I agree. Like sometimes you have to. It's not just you that's in the relationship. It's that other person. But if you know that. Like, it's something I told Akai like earlier in the week, and it's not just for the thing I was telling him. Sometimes you have to cut off the dead ends to promote growth. That's how I see it.
I think he deserves applause. That was a little wild. Come on, give it to him. Give it to him.
All right, so we got to end the podcast, guys. But no, I agree with you. That's nice. Stephon, you had any other closing thoughts?
Nah, for real. That's facts. Because like at the end of the day, bro, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. But you know what? Pain makes you grow. Pain makes you evolve as a person. Pain helps you, see where you need to go and what direction you need to take to improve your life.
Hey, yo, Tone, take this nigga's Michael.
But I love her.
Okay.
But I love her.
Okay.
I don't want it to end. We can work
Nothing
through
is-
this.
nothing
We
is
can work
permanent,
through
bro.
this.
Fuck outta here.
He's gonna brush your fuck out of here. But guys, that's literally all the time we have for you this week on the podcast. It's the Can We Not podcast. I'm getting Stephon the fuck out of here. I'm tired of this
But
nigga.
wait, yo, shout out your social medias for the people to follow us.
Please.
Yeah, go ahead. I don't know why you said it to me. This is on my
the
social.
host. You
I'm
the host.
posting it on my social.
you
If
the
you're
host.
listening to this, you know my social
He
media.
just want more followers.
I do.
But go
So
ahead, bro.
lonely.
Go
That
ahead.
Jack guy.
IG and Snapchat both at Rojo Fiasco.
Akai, yours.
Godzilla _kinda.
Stephon, yours.
IG Confuzzle Bear. Snapchat Pandas Be Dope.
Guys, you already know mine. My Facebook, my Snapchat, my Instagram, and my Twitter. All those are at Evan Combest. Google Plus, SoundCloud. Can We Not podcast. If you're listening to this on iTunes, we're on Google Play, we're on Stitcher, we're on TuneIn, we're everywhere, guys.
We're
So
on
make sure
Facebook.
we're on Facebook, we're everywhere. Make sure you follow that Facebook
We
page.
out here.
Shout out to everybody listening and giving us feedback, guys. That's all we have for you this week. We are out of here. We are the best podcast in the fucking world. Everybody, shout out to everybody. Goodbye.
Peace.
Served honorably in our nation's armed forces, and you're looking for a way to continue